Alright, what it do, fellas? We are back, and we are getting... The update has just finished. We are loading the game up. Alright. Oh, let's see. We need to make sure this is on. Hold on. Yep, headset's on. Alright, we're getting the update going right now. Should load up here any second. Alright, game is coming up. That was loud. Ooh, new little glowy thing. She got rats. She got one of them stinky coaters out there for it, just out there just oozing and bloozing. No, girls. Yeah, that's right. The rats were eating her. What the hell? Now it just cuts off? Left on a cliffhanger, huh? All right. See. Well, apparently we're faster now with the Yeah, no, I'm already considering going that way.
Nine loading 9 says. You need to do the quick quest for it.
Is it like a campaign quest? Like main story campaign?
9 loading 9 says. Look on the left side. 9 loading 9 says. It's quick. Nine loading 9 says. The green. 9 loading 9 says. Click on the 2.
What the hell? I was just here.
Nine loading 9 says. They even have a leaderboard for this. Nine loading 9 says. You should see Cam's wings.
I'm so confused.
Diangemot 67 says. Honestly, I don't know why, but it felt confusing. LOL.
That's kind of what it did to me too. I didn't know if if I clicked on something, was I gonna waste my only currency? Like, can I save this? Is like that's where you got to be really careful sometimes with like Diablo's stuff like that. You all look like Unicorn Academy.
9 loading 9 says. You only had one free spin which you used. 9 loading 9 says. The rest will be orbs.
I don't even wear wings. Unless it does it power me up?
It's Brutalb says. 4-0 with Bear tonight. Rip Barb. Diangemot 67 says. Right, but the wings are dope though.
I didn't say they weren't dope. I still don't know if I'm gonna be spinning my orbs on.
Loading 9 says. If I had THKSE wings, I'd wear them. 9 loading 9 says. The nerf did nothing to barbs. 9 loading 9 says. They're still wrecking. Nine loading 9 says. But every Necro told me the damage nerf they can really feel it.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my money.
Diangemot 67 says. I'd Krog be honest, what do you think about the nerf to Necro?
I need to probably try it with another build as well. I mean, like, I'm running like pure damage right now, like with no survivability.
It's Brutalb says. The hammer range looks like it hurt in my matches. Nine loading 9 says. He needs to play it for at least 5 matches for an opinion.
Hamlet monk. That's what I'm actually thinking about doing, is going monk too. Nine loading 9 says. Can't wait to see you run rifts tonight for new gem. Ooh.
Diangemot 67 says. This is exactly why I said yesterday, Krog, they're trying to get rid of Necro for good. BC, there was no need to nerf the Necro. We were competitive at best.
I mean, again, I'm running with like no survivability, pure damage for it. I mean, I'm getting some kills with it, but No, I can't remember that girl. This thing just looks like a butt.
9 loading 9 says. Cam is rocking the new gem also.
Mm-hmm.
Burden Sadie says. What do the demon essences do?
They're essentially kind of like the essences in like Alley of Blood. They give you more damage.
Gemot 67 says. There's no necro essences that allows us to one-shot anything. Everything is damage over time for us. 9 loading 9 says. Increases your damage for each one you collect. Verdant Sadie says. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. I'm hearing everything you're saying, though. No, I know that you can hear me. I was more or less saying as I was hearing what your messages were saying. They were coming across. Even though I wasn't looking at my phone. Got my AirPod in.
Nine loading 9 says. I almost feel like this is the worst build to run after the nerf. All your damage you deal comes while you're in Wraith from.
I know, this is giving me like the best one run go example test. Because I'm probably going back Monk. This is like, if this build can't deal some decent damage while like it's spinning and ripping and romping, then yeah, it's in trouble.
Nine loading 9 says. You didn't used to run this build to begin with though.
I used to run this build all the time though. Well, the thing about it is we have a lot more room in this, like, Battlegrounds. Whereas, like, the other one, you had to be like pretty tanky or defensive to
Loading
fight.
9 says. So you know what kind of damage it used to do.
Yeah, this thing just shredded. This is like one of the highest. This is the highest damaging. That is the highest damage you can pull out of a Necro is from this build.
Loading 9 says. Okay. Diangemot 67 says. With 10k reso Krog, does Necro pack a completely different punch?
Not necessarily. I mean, it does, but like, it really comes based upon how much potency, how much armor pin, and that kind of stuff you got running.
Loading 9 says. Correct, depends on potency and AP. Loading 9 says. I was also doing some test with the build I use.
Alright, so that's actually the build you use is what I just ran that last game.
Diangemot 67 says. Your mages are hitting too slow. Loading 9 says. 1 minute while not using Wraith form and another minute while using Wraith.
I think I can like the critical hit chance from it.
Loading 9 says. I definitely lost a decent amount of damage while doing the Wraith. Diangemot 67 says. Change the shoulders, Krog.
You think? Lose my critical hit for my own self? For attack speed of him? You can try it.
Verdant Sadie says, this wider map would be great for Invisi Wizards. If they hadn't just nerfed us.
Yep. You poor Necro mains.
9 loading 9 says, at least they only nerfed your essence, not the whole damn base skill. It's stupid, dude. 9 loading 9 says, this wasn't necessary. Verdant Sadie says, true.
I got him on.
Nine loading 9 says, that new Wraith Vexed essence won't work good anymore also. Nine loading 9 says, you do all your damage in Wraith form.
Yeah, Wraith form has literally always been our bread and butter. This thing is what sucks about this build is like I can't get it to come back up quick enough.
Nine loading 9 says, they completely made it so we have to change our playstyle. It's Brutalb says, 6-0 I'm cooking. Nine loading 9 says, nice. Verdant Sadie says, with Bear you said brutal? It's Brutalb says, yes. It's Brutalb says, running Raven over Rabid Might. 9 loading 9 says, I might just go back to Tempest Loki. Dian Gemot 67 says, you're to squish, you need a few defensive gems to give you a little durability.
Well, that or just run like more defensive of a build. I really was just trying to see if it's like how bad it was whenever I Wraith form through, because this thing really should be shredding somewhat at. I mean, that kind of did.
Verdant Sadie says. I haven't tried Raven, had a Rabid Might enchantment and got lazy and kept it. Verdant Sadie says. But I have the essences for it. 9 Loading 9 says. Well, they also nerfed the shield chest. DianGemot67 says. You're too squishy. You need a few more defensive gems and you'll be cooking Krog.
Nah, it just doesn't have any damage. I mean, defensive, like, skills, sure. I'm not gonna run the gems over it. I don't have that many good defensive gems, unless I'm gonna go to 2 stars.
It's Brutalb says. Replying to Verdant Sadie, I haven't tried Raven, had a Rabid Might enchantment and got lazy and kept it. Try Night Flurry main hand on bear, you will love it.
I'll try the, I've got one more run. I'm gonna try this Necro before I end up going back monk. But I'm gonna try it with the bread and butter, basic, nothing super flashy to it, but just solid. Dot rot, survivability.
Says. Okay, I'll make a note. I'll be going back to Druid tomorrow. Nine Loading 9 says. Okay. Nine Loading 9 says. So far, my build performed the best. DianGemot67 says. You right, should be shredding everything with that build, bro. 9 Loading 9 says. Did you see Izareth was live earlier?
I didn't. I literally got home at like 10 o'clock tonight. It was a late one today at work. But I got the project done, so.
It's Brutalb says. That was fun to watch loading. Nine Loading 9 says. Yeah man, I think that was the first time I fully watched his stream. It was entertaining. Verdant Sadie says. Haha, yeah, I was lurking. Crazy that guy hasn't changed in 5 years. Nine loading 9 says. He still looks young. Nine loading 9 says. Must be all the money. Verdon Sadie says. I didn't get how the wing thing works, so helpful to have him show. Diane Gemot 67 says. What server are you on?
I'm on Darkening of
9
Tristan.
loading 9 says. Yeah, to be honest, he's the reason I somewhat understand it now, lol. Nine loading 9 says. Monks got a nerf to BTW.
We'll see.
Diane Gemot 67 says. You look way more durable within a shield.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm super durable. I just have killed 2 people. And it's the same person, I think. Three. And I had also like freaking 20 of those stupid crystal shards built up.
Nine loading 9 says. You can borrow my rank 10 Leviathan if you want. Verdon Sadie says. Dang, loading already?
Ooh.
9 loading 9 says. Within the first 7 hours of it release I maxed it out.
Let's see.
Verdant Sadie says. Haha nice. Nine loading 9 says. I can tell you RN. That's a gem you want to have definitely. Diane Gemot 67 says. That's Necro for you always bridesmaid never the bride. 9 loading 9 says. At least rank 4. Verdant Sadie says. Yeah, I have a couple copies but it's gonna be a while. Bloodflow and Roiling were already in queue.
Where's my terror? Doesn't shoot. Updated one.
Nine loading 9 says. Okay. It's Brutalb says. Got 33 copies ATM.
Bonewall 7
9 loading 9 says. How many crests did you run for that? It's Brutalb says. 885 made 9 with pearls. 9 loading 9 says. WTF. Nine loading 9 says. How do you save up that much?
I bought like 8 hot coils whenever that came out.
KB9 Lannister says. Hi guys, what about the monk BSDH after nerf? Who is better?
Probably go back monk right now.
9 loading 9 says. That's like Mercy. He has around that much.
I could run a bone wall.
It's Brutalb says. Saved over a month LOL. KB9 Lannister says. You top 3 class actually.
You top 3 class actually? I'm sorry, confused. What are you asking?
KB9 Lannister says. Your top 3 class after nerf, sorry.
Oh, well, I haven't got a chance to try it. I know that Necro doesn't feel good. bone armor is. Imprisoned Fist. Skeleton Mages. Okay, now I can make that work. Till later, my Necro. On back to me monk.
Nine loading 9 says. Monk can't save you forever, Krog.
You're right. It'll just save me until I find the next class to save me.
Verdant Sadie says. You get 6 extra inventory rows if you do enough wing rolls, BTW Krog. Verdant Sadie says.
But I don't even wear my wings.
I think at 50. Nine loading 9 says. I thought it's 36 extra.
Come on, quit doing that.
Verdant Sadie says. No, you don't have to wear them. Maybe that's it loading. Nine loading 9 says. Is that wing event limited time? Verdant Sadie says. But you should definitely at some point admire how much mine match my wizard dress.
Okay.
Nine loading 9 says.
We'll take a look at it for that.
Or is it permanent? Verdant Sadie says. Not sure loading. Nine loading 9 says. I hope it's permanently so we can keep working towards it.
I think it will be permanently. But I haven't read it all through it.
Verdant Sadie says. I got exactly what I wanted at 21 rolls and will probably never go back, haha. 9 loading 9 says. Really? 9 loading 9 says. Nice. Nine loading 9 says. I'll probably put in 1k into it and see how it goes. Burden Sadie says. They aren't fancy triple ones, they're just very well coordinated to my all-time fave Wiz costume.
There it is. Oh, what the heck? Why is that not a part of the Mystic Strike group?
Nine loading 9 says. You guys better hope Equal Bout doesn't allow familiars. Cause mine can solo players.
Have you found a team?
Nine loading 9 says. No, I'm playing in it. In preparing for something bigger. 9 loading 9 says.
Oh.
Not playing, I mean.
Gotcha.
9 loading 9 says. Why is your health that low?
I haven't healed since I transferred classes. It took all my gear off me.
Nine loading 9 says. Go test the animation increase. Nine loading 9 says. Looks the same, bruh.
Feels the same. I mean, like, it felt like, okay, so it's slightly reduced, I will say. Like, I noticed that I drop off of it a little bit quicker, but not bad.
Burden Sadie says. You wanna do a tower run this weekend, Krog? I don't think anyone's contesting us, but in case they do.
Yeah, honestly, I have like a big event thing this Saturday for, I guess, more or less I just am gonna be playing, and I'm just gonna be probably running Elder Rifts, playing PvP, doing everything else, but I don't fully know exactly what's happening, I guess, but I think that I'm gonna be, like, you'll be able to find my stream on the Blizzard panel for like 4 hours.
Oh yeah, it's this weekend, huh?
So basically, they're just supposed to like help promote out. And
Burden Sadie says. Oh wow, okay.
I've got some like do's and don'ts.
9 loading 9 says. Don't let us down, dude.
I know. I gotta like. I will stay loading. I'm probably gonna have to like. I gotta clean some portion of the stream. Like I can't. I won't be drinking. I will be drinking beer for that time period. But we're gonna be putting it in a cup, so you won't necessarily see it. And I'm probably gonna have to like turn a couple of the emotes off for that one. I gotta be, especially for these 4 hours or whatever that I'm in the middle of this. I gotta be on my best behavior. Because if I'm gonna be like promoted on the Blizzard page, gotta follow a little bit more rules.
Burden Sadie says. Kid friendly. Makes sense.
Family friendly. It'd be like Nick A30. Family friendly. Family friendly. This still has power.
Nine loading 9 says. Yeah, cause Blizzard staff will be watching the stream also.
Yeah. But I gotta try to think of some stuff to do. So that's where like I'm almost hesitant to like run my rifts until that day. That way like I gotta like fill a whole block of, I mean, like, if I'm drinking shit with the boys, like, that's no problem to, like, knock out a 4-hour session, but to try to be family respectful crowd the entire 4 hours and not say anything bad, we'll see.
Verdant Sadie
This could be the
says,
downfall.
This is Saturday. 9 loading 9 says.
No.
They didn't give you an itinerary?
No, I thought they were gonna like have me do something. They're really not having me do anything. That's more like they're just promoting me that day. So like my face may be on the very like, I gave him an embarrassing photo and I realize now that that's probably going to be on the Battle.net page. And I'm a little bit sad for that one, but it is what it is.
9 loading 9 says. AHHOK, giving you publicity for that day. Verdant Sadie says. LOL.
Where's my team?
9 loading 9 says. Please don't be gay also. Don't make the jokes.
I have no team.
Nine loading 9 says. That summon actually does okay damage.
Yeah, he was hitting. I got a +4 for those 3 idols. I feel like you should get one per those. Why is that not how they works? Let's see if they fix this where I can just run Exploding Foam. But I get real bored, and I want to say shit if, like, I'm in here talking about myself. So yeah, Verdance, if you want to join Discord or whatever with me on Saturday and do some of those other event things, yeah, I'll be down. I'll be like, so when they're promoting me, apparently is from like 6 to 9.
Verdant Sadie says. Yeah, sure.
I believe.
Nine loading 9 says. I would make rough list of things to do during it.
Oh no, that's what I need to do, but I gotta figure out. I probably have to like clean up some of the other portions of it. You definitely should do some things. I don't even know actually.
9 loading 9 says. You fail hard when you have to wing stuff.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. But I don't know like what to like how to entertain them with like this portion of it.
9 loading 9 says. We like rifts. We like you rolling the new wing cosmetic.
I'm not gonna spend money on that cosmetic though. Not whenever I gotta buy a new gem.
Nine loading 9 says. You save the new main mission quest for it also.
I have it.
Nine loading 9 says. That quest alone you van stretch for 40 minutes.
Just because it doesn't intrigue me that much to it, because it's like, if I spend it on it, whatever it is, I mean, I don't know if I like all these like odd pixie looking things. You used to be able to like identify like resonance by your wings, by like what level they were at it, without even actually having to like inspect. We'll definitely do PvP. Probably gonna do Wild Brawl if it's still out. Oh, come on.
Gordon Sadie says. A good tower run will take up half an hour. Nine loading 9 says. Don't have people that be cursing join the VC.
Oh no, that's one of the things I gotta like.
9 loading 9 says. You know the people.
Me?
It's Brutalb says. Back to Monk, huh?
Yep. This one still works.
It's Brutalb says. New map looks good, I think. What the hell? 9 loading 9 says. He'll be on my good behavior also during it. 9 loading 9 says. What time slot do you have again?
From 6 to
9 loading 9 says. 6 to 10.
6 to 9 or so. I kind of like this Guardian thing that like does give you all a chance to like have another thing pushing for you. Oh, good shit, Tizzy. The bear just did that. Damn. Oh, Dirt Diggler. Damn. that and that. How good is that gym to auxiliary? Let me see what that thing does. Rank 1. Company pressure. I'm at 16%.
Verdant Sadie says. Not great. Not like hot coil. 9 loading 9 says. All you need is rank 4. Nine loading 9 says. Cause you want that passive damage it gives.
Oh my god, yeah, the bar's hitting still so hard. Oh, came back and got me. Well, I'm getting the bugs again, like where it's not connecting my abilities. I'm about to go back to not wearing it every time. I think it only works if I like, as long as I refresh the essence of it. Yeah, that one I didn't like. Most of my damage just didn't connect. Unless I did like my 7-sided or whatever that like triggered the Mystic Strikes attack one. So that's still bugged, so we have to do this. We'll put that on right now, and then we just have to make sure that we remember to change that every time. A little sneaky tushy. Sneaky! Sneaky Pete. Scary. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Back in action, I see.
Nine loading 9 says. That's how you need to get.
I need to get what? Should I change this essence? Perfect. Yeah. lot of Necros missing. Holy shit.
Nine loading 9 says. Don Ariston said, what Necro nerve? We had one.
Come on, I gotta heal. Okay. I maybe need the invisibility. I'm getting shredded. Getting caught too quickly. What the fuck? It's 24.
9 loading 9 says. That's crazy LOL.
I think I'm running at 9-1, but... Those are kind of cool.
Nine loading 9 says. You roll from that top one. It's brutal says. Thought you wasn't doing this XD.
No, I got a few of them because I'm bored right now and I'm just trying to find something to do. So even though I think these look cooler than that, these are higher score.
Mexicutioner 1 says, give me your orbs instead. Burden Sadie says, yeah, it's a bit random.
I don't know about all this. That's just some wild shit.
Burden Sadie says, check the event. If you've done 3 to 4 rolls you'll get some orbs back, I think. Or a crest or 2. Nine loading 9 says, oh yeah, they do give you your orbs back. Nine loading 9 says, like 4K back or something.
Please move!
Nine loading 9 says, that's the Satyr build I want to run. No, they fucking took it. 9 loading 9 says. Damn, Cam already got it to rank 10. That was quick. Nine loading 9 says. No wonder he's doing that kinda damage.
Hell yeah. Alright. Okay. We're gonna make some other Diablo Immortal guys day because I am exhausted. I literally did not get home until like 10 o'clock. So stay tuned. We do have big stream coming up Saturday, as well as we will be back, of course, tomorrow. But if you guys are willing to, I can. Wait, hold on, wait. Docs.
It's Brutalb says. Good night, bro. Get some rest. Burton Sadie says. Night eyes.
I don't. Maybe we're not. My doc for whatever my Twitch is not there. So, unfortunately, we are not going to be able to raid out. But we are going to raid out to a guy that's got one view right now doing some Diablo Immortal content. Looks to be new. He is actually at 444. Rat to Karma. If you guys are willing to, you can jump over there or check out any other channels that are out there. Thank y'all still so much for watching. I'm gonna have to head out tonight because I am exhausted. Love you all. Thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next